Welcome to the K20 Center's Zoom Into Your Career video series. These online career expos give students a way to explore many interesting careers and learn about their career options from volunteer professionals. Pamela Eatman-Skinner is an educator, musician, playwright, and motivational speaker. She produced her first play with original music at the age of 12 and has exercised that gift for over 35 years. She has become part of the New York theater arts scene with works that have been staged throughout New York City.
It's really an honor to be here to talk with you young people today. And as I was preparing for this, I was starting to reflect on my journey as an artist. And when I really got the bug for performing arts, and I think it was when I was in elementary school. When I was in elementary school, I was able to do music classes and drama. I still remember my first drama teacher at Harlem School of the Arts, Miss McDermott, and having us to do the exercises like you're in molasses and all of the wonderful experiences. And performing arts is just so wonderful for young people to participate in. And being here in New York City, I've been really fortunate to have a lot of opportunities that have come my way. I am not just an artist, but I'm also an educator. So I love students, I love kids, and definitely am open to any questions that you might have.
What do you do with the performing arts and theater? Do you put on plays and how did you go about discovering that passion? I know you mentioned when you were in school, you got to take those classes, but what does your daily schedule look like when it comes to that?
Okay, so my daily schedule is quite unique because I don't do performing arts all day long, but I am a writer, I'm a playwright, I'm also a musician, I write my own works for my plays. And what I'm able to do is really, again, going back to elementary school is when I really started writing and loving writing and having an opportunity, in school when they want you to put these plays on. You're like, oh boy, okay, I'll be involved. But really, that was the catalyst that got me started in writing plays. So every day of my life, I'm writing something. I just got something from the New York Shakespeare Festival that was asking for submissions for summer 2020 to bring one of my works, Mr. President, Courage at Midnight. It's an homage to Barack Obama. And so it's constantly ever moving. So the writing process never ends. I get inspiration just from this moment, from the trees, from things that I may see or experience in everyday life. So it's an ongoing process.
What did she actually have to study for this career?
That's a great question. So while I was in college, actually, I was a sociology major and a minor in music. And a lot of my gift came from actually being on the job training, so to speak. So I got my first opportunity probably in the mid 80s when one of my teachers, this is why it's good that you listen to your teachers, but they brought in a good friend of theirs, and the friend was Morgan Freeman. And we were like, oh, if you're over 40, the electric company. And we were like, oh, the guy from electric company is coming. Okay, but we didn't realize what an amazing, gifted artist he was at that time. And they brought opportunities for us. I was able to act in so many different plays, to write for plays. Also, I had an opportunity to participate in a competition when I was in middle school for the Martin Luther King Arts and Science Award. So that was with Harry Belafonte, Coretta Scott King. So a lot of the writing. And when I was in graduate school, I did also have an opportunity to do playwriting courses and what have you. So those are some of I took it to the next level by including education. All of us have gifts that are inherent, that come from all of the inputs that your great families and teachers put into you. But sometimes gift takes you to a certain level, but then you need the education to also complement that. So that's a great question. A smart guy there. I like that.
Anyone else have any questions that they would like to ask Pamela?
How did she get out there? Because I know that a lot of people want to sing and stuff, but how did she get recognized?
That is a brilliant question, and I love that you asked me that question. I can't say that I had some magic opportunity. I'm not known worldwide. But in my community in the New York area, I've had an opportunity to kind of get out there. A lot of it was by word of mouth. You get one opportunity that leads to the next opportunity that leads to the next opportunity. Also, using those great soft skills that you're exhibiting right now in how you talk with people, how you're pleasant, how you're open when they need someone to sing the national anthem. You're the one that's ready. One opportunity very often leads to the next. I'll give you a really short story. When I was in high school, I had a violin teacher named Marte Miller. She was very different, a little quirky, and some of the kids kind of, well, made fun of her. I'll put it that way. But I liked Marte. She was so gifted, so amazing. And after I graduated from high school, we kept in touch. And when I started touring, I had an opportunity to spend a couple of summers in Europe. She was the one that recommended me. She was the one. So you just never know who you're talking to. You know, you may end up in New York, and from this exchange that we have, who knows, I can connect you with someone. So a lot of it is word of mouth. Sometimes you'll go on backstage and get casting calls. So there are more formal ways also to do it. But I would definitely not diminish just putting yourself out there, joining choirs, providing service. Sometimes you don't start off making a whole lot of money, but getting the experience can be a great way to launch your career.
How old do you have to be in order to start acting?
As you know, there are many children that act. And if you actually go on, you know, you're going to have some homework after this. They're like, oh, no homework, please. We have enough homework. But if you're really serious about the performing arts, it's not like when I was coming up, you know, I didn't necessarily have a computer at home. When we wanted to research, we had to like go down to the library. We were so limited in terms of resources. Right in most of your pockets, or at least at home, you have a cell phone or computer. So I would begin doing some research. You can go to backstage.com, and they have an area for kids. So they're looking for kids who can be extras or different ways, not always union. There are also non-union opportunities. So in other words, there's no special age. You can be, if you're gifted and you have that love and desire and the work ethic, because it's not easy. It comes with a level of maturity and ability to really balance. So that's what I would share with you. Can I share something with you?
Sure.
So when I launched my very first play, I started writing. I have a performing arts company called Tiny Star Productions. And when I launched that first play, it was a pretty scary experience, but it was a wonderful experience, assembling the actors, getting the director to work with me. Sometimes it's costly in the beginning. I know kids, you're like, listen, the only money we have is what my parents have. You know, I understand that. But think big anyway. Money is just a medium of exchange. Never let money stop you. If you have a story within your heart, begin writing it. Begin sketching it. If you have a tune, sometimes songs come to me in the night and I take my iPhone out, not trying to do a commercial for iPhone, but I'll take it out and just lay the chorus or lay a little piece of it. Because if you let your dream slip away from you, if you don't capture it, it gets away from you. So I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but I want to inspire you. If you have a dream, don't let anyone take that dream from you. I remember having a teacher that said, you know, I love teachers. I am an educator, but she said, listen, you have to pick. You have to either be, get a real career. Don't think about the performing arts as a serious career. And I was like, wow, why not? This is a part of my giftedness. And I'm happy to say that I proved her wrong, that you can have your passion. I'm an educator, but I'm also an artist, and you can find ways to meld your passion together. So if it's in your heart to do, first thing I want you to do is start researching. Research. Start Googling things for kids. Instead of looking up nonsense, start looking at down the road. Look at what colleges offer programs in drama or in dance. Maybe you can come to New York for the summer. Who knows? Alvin Ailey, Dance Theater of Harlem. There's so many opportunities. There are exchange programs. There are definitely so many things for kids. One of my first major breaks was with the children's opera, and Harlem School of the Arts gave me that opportunity. And no, I'm not an opera singer, but they gave students an opportunity to train with persons that could really develop your voice, develop your diction, your breathing, all of those things that you're going to need, whether you are in music or whether you are doing stage work. Television and movies is a little different because you're mic'd, so you kind of don't use the same mechanisms that you would use with stage work. I hope I'm not going on, but I did want to share with you, don't let anything stop you from your passion. Keep studying, keep thinking about it,